Well, hello there everybody, welcome back to episode 16, my Let's Play. I'm IVATOPIA, this is Torment Tides of Numenera, whatever. I think he's talking about the first, I can't find it, but I think the first, the one the cruise I was supposed to go to, the religious one. The one he calls Nutjob, I think. Oh, so what's this part? Government Square. Oh, wasn't that a quest? I just read on here last episode. Victim. Oh, a chapel. Find a book, find claims. Search for the missing slave girl. Where? A slave, I helped to find her. The girl named Reddit. Back to her. Makes a trade. No. Found a bookseller of seconds has accused me of borrowing a very rare book and never returning it. I have no memory of such things, so it seems likely that changed and God was the real culprit. That's when he was wearing the body that now is mine. It seems important to find that I find written in the book. Find the book. Claims are borrowed. Sculpture witnesses the murder of a man by the sorrow. Name of the creature that is hunting me. Now he is obsessed with sculpturing the moment of the killing, but all his attempts have been failures. He cannot immortalize the victim until he learns more about him. Search for Sorrow's latest victim at the chapel. Zara told me that the victim's body was taken away by the Doran O'Hare, probably to chapel in the underbelly. Oh, so there's two reasons to go to the underbelly now. What about this one? Book that's supposedly borrowed. Didn't provide any clues about its whereabouts, but did mention that the book has 5 coloured signal on the cover. Okay. I think that rune is hiding in the district of Cliff Edge. Oh, Cliff's Edge. Scribing and scrolling. Okay, so Cliff's Edge too. Okay, interesting. So there's no reason to go in this one yet. Let's go in the square. So I've got 2 things to do there, I've got a thing to do here. Since she's a child I'm missing, I probably should do her first. So let's head off to Cliff's Edge. Then we can go back into the underbelly. I was going to do the underbelly actually this episode, but considering that she's there, it probably makes more sense. To help the missing child.
I'm ready.
I'm ready, Pebble. If an enemy is armored, change up the damage type of your attacks with abilities or shiftings to overcome it, or siphons. Oh, look at nice, that's neat. As a member of the council, I assure you the creature will found what?
Doing it now.
What's at stake here? Cold Lust. Flesh creeps if you let it. If you let it.
Yes. Now.
What's going on? Logan's different. He cares about us, you can see it. Onto this guy. Grr. Lord Vulchin, disclaiming to the crowd, is a well-dressed but sickly looking man, short, dumpy, and unhealthy shade of yellow. Despite this, he has the proud demeanor and whatever. Sterner, is it? Sterner? Voice of a much larger man. He booms at you as you approach. Ah, another likely fella. Excellent. The people have called for deliverance from the raging scissors, and our hero has answered most courageously. What? What? So basically, they got saying, you must do something about it. And then he goes, look at this guy step forward, he's going to do it. So pushing the blame onto me, what the fudge?
I'll remember that.
Emily. He smiles. All you have to do is be the first to find the rogues that's being terrorizing Cliff's Edge. Return here and tell me precisely where it is, and I'll take it from there. Isn't that the woman I'm looking for? He pats you on the shoulder, and you'll be rewarded. I promise you, as the head of a slave family, I owe you a favour, and my favour carries a good deal of weight. Ask you more about the stitches in its kind? Oh, it is a creature. He nods. Of course, knowing the enemy is the first step of defeating it. What exactly is the stitches? They are horrible, undetermined vermin from the other world. They tunnel beneath the streets of our city, undermining our homes and causing them to collapse. Our deaths are nothing to them. They don't even believe that humans are sentient creatures. Remind me. I believe them to be malicious pests who actively seek to ruin the lives of innocent surface dwellers like ourselves. Okay. What else can you tell me about the rogue stitches you're looking for? He shudders. The vile thing appeared in Cliff Edge a few days ago, and it's been scuttling around ever since. The whole neighbourhood lives in fear of it. Tell me again about the stitches being there. Why is the Cliff Edge so afraid of the stitches? Some will tell you it's because the structure has suffered the most from the stitches digging, houses collapsing on the people, others falling into the sea. There's some truth to that, but the real reason is the people here have become weak and afraid. They aren't prepared to face adversity. He leans in, warming to his subject. Indeed, if the stitches didn't exist, I would be tempted to invent them, for they are just what the city needs to stiffen its spine. Cycus Cliffs, our once proud empire, has abandoned its holding and ceded its territories to the autocratic tribes and wild beasts. It's time to take them back. But how can we do that when our citizens have become lazy, timid and children? You're right, without conflict, people grow complacent. Active threats keep them on guard. But empires only serve the interests of a lucky few. Most people suffer and gain little in return. The people aren't weak, they only need someone to lead them, to inspire them towards a common goal. So can I have an empire? I have other questions about the scissors. That one. And when that leader is gone, the city will fall back into apathy. No, an enemy is what the city needs. In strife we discover our finest self, so it has always been. Whatever. Close on an empire? Indeed, we hold all the lands from here to Ungan. That was before the slave uprising that brought the slave families to power. Some of us seek to reclaim what was lost. Mind me again. No. I have other questions about the scissor. Can I get anything else? How did this come to be instead? Seventh Cliff. Several members of the council believe that it is the work of our eminence, that their eggs were brought here from another world, an act of vengeance or sabotage. Perhaps other things that the eggs were always here. Or perhaps others think the eggs were always here, and it took them centuries to hatch. He shrugs. But how doesn't matter to me. They're here and they're dangerous, and it's up to even every true citizen of Cycus Cliffs to resist them. Tell me again where the sister came from. Can I ask you something? Of course. Ask you about no. Tell me about yourself. There. He puts a hand to his chest and raises his chins. Chins? Oh, okay. Must be because he's like a little, a dumpy little fat dude. I am Jarl Vandans of Hell's Vagajun, one of the most respected of the slave families. I also have the honor of serving on the council. He looks around him uneasily. I don't usually descend to this neighborhood, but in such a crisis, one must put one's finer feelings aside and do what one can for one's city. Who's a slave family is? He puffs up his pride. We are descendants of the slaves who rose up from the Citizen the Great. They smashed. Wait a minute. You're descended from the slaves. So let me get this straight. You're descendants of slaves. You didn't rise up. They rise up, beat the slavers, and now, well, and then became slavers themselves. You know, two wrongs don't make a right. That's basically what you are now. Or did they rise up and were freed and you lot came along? You know, they used to be slaves. Let we become slavers. They smashed the who ruled the city and replaced their despotism with fair and elegant leadership, creating a city where everyone can achieve anything if they only try. Then why you got slaves? What can you tell me? For being a woman assassin named Macon, do you know her? I don't know who that is, and by the sound of it, I don't want to. She sounds like a dreadful person. Wow. Bit too much. Can you tell me about Cosette? Alas, I rarely pass through these miserable streets, so I know little about them, but I go where my city needs me. So isn't this part of your streets? Whatever. Okay, farewell. Guess I'll hunt this one. Looking for her and looking for the child. Grab it. Pretty full. Hands off your pouches, I ain't here for you. breath is bad, just awful like your tongue died in your... Wow. Very nice. Bit of a boarding house, at least it used to be before the priest moved in.
Alright.
I know that look, wondering why the levies aren't all over me. Yeah, trade secret plunder. My house collapsed a few weeks back. Weren't much, but it were mine. I wish it would tell you here. Fifth eye tavern, okay. Do you know, like here it says leave town anyway, you have to do this to see what it actually is. Intoxicated woman. Fred Shred, Tid is bending. Okay, sure. Whatever. We're asking you to join the conversation, but you should walk away. Don't mind my scowling friend there, doesn't trust strangers much.
Alright.
Madeline Glitterly. Wasn't that the name? Matakina. Oh, that's different. A month's old layer of dust caked a sign which reads Scuffer the Wise, Scholar of Ironwinds. Madeline glittering, hello friend, a smiling, dark-haired woman greets you, standing behind a table of trinkets. Your eyes are drawn to the three small rodents that lazily orbit her head. Rodents? Did I read that right? Rodents. That's rodents, isn't it? Okay. Orbit her head in free floating ball. They take turns hovering just out of reach of half a mechanical, half organic cat perched on a woman's shoulder. Okay. The smile disappears from her face as a small tremor runs through the ground beneath your feet. That's the 7th time today. She glances nervously at the remnants of the structure next door. When that one fell, I heard them screaming, shrieking like the wind was tearing at their bones. Oh, this guy. Ow. It looks like you lost yours too. She idly turns a couple of curiosities on her table so the light catches on the various planes and materials. Then the smile returns to her face. Come, tell me, which of my treasures speaks to you? Tell me. See what you have for sale. Let me see what you have for sale. One of the rodent globes. You've seen an albino woman around here. Have you seen an escaped slave girl? She gives you an odd look. Don't tell me why you're asking. I don't want to know. There are children running around here at all times of day, but I couldn't tell you one from another. And as to whether they are escaped or not, well, she shrugs elegantly. All children are running from something. Tell me about the escaped slave girl again. She could be here. Children only interest me when they have shins to spend, and I never question where they come from, child or coin. Beano woman? She raised her eyebrows, regarding you silently for a moment. A woman with skin like alabaster? Yes, she was here looking for help I could not give. Her own treasure was what she wished to fix. I declined. She did not take it kindly, and I haven't heard from her again. You know which way she went? She placed a gentle hand on your wrist. She's dangerous, friend. She says, her tone light, as if she were merely discussing the weather. Tread carefully, sorry, wherever you happen to cross her. Whenever you happen to cross her, she lets go. That's for the rodent globes. You mean ba, boo, and boo? Ba, bomb, whatever. She raises her hand and constantly pets one of the globes as it swings past her right ear. Tiny creature in size squeaks and scampers in the right circle before the globe drifts out of sight. They are not for sale, my friend. I hope you are not disappointed. Sure you want to sell me one of the rodent globes? Very sure, she says, easily scratching her cap beneath the chin when it gets too close to snatching one of the said rodent from the air. Let me see what you have for sale. Right. Where's my money there? Okay. Might 16 health. That might be worth it. 115 health, that's a lot. I want stuff for this. Yeah.
You got it.
Undergone. What did you know about this place being destroyed? It's found it is all that remains of a house. The rest has collapsed into the sea, hundreds of meters below.
All right.
Judging by this house, shingles and bricks that are piled here, these are remains of collapsed buildings carefully pushed out of sight.
On my way.
Nice.
Yes. Now.
Oh, that's what we're after. Huh. So, we're going to end the episode here. Last round of good stuff. The next episode, we're probably going to be in the first, well, not first fight, but into a fight with the Stiggers. Unless we can talk our way out of it. We'll find out. So, I'll job you saying bye for now, everyone. Take care and see you next week. Bye bye.